Welcome. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How's everyone doing? Great. Well,
Yes.
welcome to Open House. This is new for us, isn't it?
Yes.
We'll have people being admitted, but we're going to continue on. This is something new. This is something wonderful. This is something exciting. And I'm happy that you're all making it. Right now we're at 52 participants, which is really great. Sometimes we hit 90 when we're in person, but that's because we bring food. But today you get to do your own food, right? So sit back. We're gonna have an hour and a half just to tell you about things that are going on, things that we've done, things that we hope to look for in the future. This is going to be so wonderful. Before we begin, I'm just going to go over a couple of housekeeping rules. At the beginning, when we were all here at the beginning of the meetings, we were really happy. We gave everyone an opportunity to talk. Now we're going to mute everyone. We're going to follow along in our agenda. Don't worry, you'll have an opportunity to speak, to ask questions. There's going to be an opportunity for us to see, that's why you mute yourselves, because you don't want to hear those phones ringing, but I do. So we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to, we're still getting people in. We're at 60 now, so this is wonderful. 61, they're coming. Welcome everybody, what a full house. Yay. You can't talk, but can you clap? We can see you, yay. Yeah, show those thumbs up. Use your excitement. Show me some excitement. Remember, we're broadcasting live. We're live on Facebook, which is really wonderful. We're also recording this, so we'll be able to have it. If you choose not to at the time that we're recording, you could go ahead on and pause, but we are going to give you a moment to break. And we'll ask you to show your face if you're interested in joining the raffle. We'll be doing a raffle, and that raffle is going to be a beautiful quilt donated by Miss Norma Bates. Miss Norma's out there. Miss Norma, say hey, wave if you can, so we can see you. So the first thing that I would like to do, we're still getting participants here. The first thing that I would like to do is introduce our staff that we have here. Okay, we're still getting people in, which is really wonderful. I could not get into Facebook. Okay, if you do have any questions or concerns, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you just place them in the chat box. If you have any questions, please wave your hands. Gema is here, Anissa is here. So we're able to identify people if they have any problems. We want to make sure that you have a comfortable time in this Zoom. Not only are you comfortable in your homes, we want to make sure that you're comfortable with this platform. Right now, I'd like to introduce or mention, excuse me, she's not going to be speaking, but she is definitely here to answer and address any of your questions. And that's Dr. Dr. Wilson, Dr. Lynda Wilson. Dr. Wilson is very supportive of the program. Dr. Wilson actually came from the UCLA OLLI, so she brings a wealth of experience. Dr. Wilson has been with us 5 years here in the College of Extended and International Education. I report directly to Dr. Wilson, and the person I'm going to be speaking to or introducing next is who Dr. Wilson directly reports to. And that is, where is he? Dean Ken McNutt. There he is. There's the man. All right. So we're really happy that Dean Ken McNutt was able to join us. You know, the dean is really supportive of me, and I really appreciate him giving me this opportunity. I know when he thought about me coming on board, he had no idea what was going to be happening. But one of the things that he's always telling me, he was very supportive of me being a student, very supportive of my academic role, giving me great advice. And a short story is, when all of my computers fell out and I couldn't get access to the library, the dean was gracious enough to let me come in on the weekend with special permission. This is during the permission so that I could get my work done. I didn't have to do that, but he made that option available. And I like one thing about the dean, he wants to find solutions. And that I'm really grateful of. He asked me to put my mark on it, and my mark is a Toro mark. I believe in leadership, and I believe in giving back to the community and definitely supporting the students. And I hope that you see, not only do I think that you're members, but if you notice, I've been calling you students, you're OLLI students, lifelong learners. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Dean Kim McNutt. Dean, take it away, please.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Nicole. And I want to thank you. I want to thank Gema. I want to thank Lynda. I want to thank Anissa for putting on this wonderful program. And as I was looking at my notes here, I was trying to recall when the last time I was a part of an OLLI group, and I think it was the holiday. I think it dates back to the Christmas winter holiday. That's how long it's been. And it seems like forever ago, I think, for all of us. But I will tell you, you can see that I am in the office today. I come in every single day to help keep the lights on here. Associate Dean Wilson comes in every day. We have a dedicated staff here, including the OLLI folks, but we have other people. Our registration team is here. As a lot of you have heard me say, we are a self-support college. We receive no money from Governor Gavin Newsom, Chancellor Tim White. It's based on membership dollars that you provide. It's people that sign up for courses. And while we all have the option to work from home, I feel my role is best suited to come into the office and be the leader that the college needs. And again, I don't want to talk a lot of doom and gloom. This is a very uplifting time. I think it's wonderful to see the number of participants on the call, so I'm ecstatic by that. And again, I want to thank Nicole and Gema for all their good work. A lot of times Gema is here. She's here today. She's right outside this room. And I see her on the phone working with our OLLI group. She's leading this and leading that. She's been a wonderful addition to support the good work that Nicole is doing. So I really want to thank both of you for all the good work you're doing. Just an overview of the university. I don't know how much you've been aware, but when the pandemic hit, we all had to pivot to online as the OLLI members did. And we were not sure back in March and April how it was going to affect the university. And I got to tell you how proud I am, not just of our college, but the university in general, how quickly faculty and students were able to pivot into an online modality with very, very little notice. And that carried on into the summer. For those of you that may not be aware, our college runs all summer self-support programs, meaning university students can take courses through our college in the summer to help them graduate sooner. We were not sure when the pandemic hit how many students were going to enroll in the summer. And I got to tell you, this year over last year, we were up around 500 additional student enrollments. And as I shared that with the provost, the president, and our fellow deans, that to me, that was the canary in the coal mine. And what I mean by that is students, regardless of the situation, still placed a premium on their education. They weren't willing to just give it up. So the ones that could have come back, and that transitioned into the fall. Overall, our fall enrollments for Cal State Dominguez Hill are actually very strong. We're actually up slightly higher than where we thought we would be. And I think we were all concerned, not just at Dominguez Hills, but across the CSU system, across the country. Would our enrollments just tank? Would students say, you know, I can't do this. I have family to take care of. I have children. I have grandparents. I may have lost a job. My parents may have lost a job. But what was really telling to me is how students have placed a value on their education. And I see that with OLLI. I mean, I want to appreciate what Nicole has done. She's provided some feedback for me here. The only downer, and I'll start with that first, last year we had 593 OLLI members, which was phenomenal. This year, we're at 253. So we're down about 57%. So, you know, I know we can do a better job. I know it's difficult to engage in OLLI courses in a virtual environment, but you have done it and you can continue to do that. So I strongly encourage you to please talk to your peers, our past members, to please come back to the Toro Dominguez Hills family. We need you. So again, we're down to 253 members. That's down from 593. So we need to do all we can to try to bring back people into the fold, because this pandemic is not going to last forever. I can tell you that we're already looking at spring 21 that will probably be in a online modality again. This is coming from our provost, the president, and the system. So I do not foresee us being able to meet face-to-face in our wonderful classrooms and auditorium in the spring, because our campus is concerned about safety. I can tell you, when I come in, we have branded, I've purchased some CSU branded face masks. We have hand sanitizer. We're replacing air filters. Our wonderful facility staff comes in and sanitizes the building. We're doing everything we can to keep people that come into the office safe, but we're not quite there yet to be able to have assurance that when we bring all of our students back to campus or through OLLI, that we can guarantee safety. So I can tell you now, spring 21, probably not coming back. It'll probably be fall of 21 that we're finally able to meet face to face. So that's sort of the downer, that's sort of where we are, but I can tell you the university staff and faculty are feeling good. The college is strong. When the pandemic first hit, I was anticipating that we were going to take about a 20% financial hit to the college. And working with our senior budget officer and our program managers, we're now looking that we're probably going to be impacted only around 10%, which is again phenomenal. And that speaks to the rapidity of which we were able to pivot from a face-to-face modality into an online. And again, we've done a remarkable job with marketing, with our info sessions. We used to have info sessions face-to-face in our auditorium. They're now all in an online environment. Some of the good news that have come out of that, we're seeing more people sign up for information sessions that are online and virtual versus coming to campus, spending $9 on a parking pass, coming into the auditorium and coming to our facility. So I foresee us, maybe we'll never have another face-to-face information session, but we'll see, because we're seeing such a remarkable turnaround. Another bits of good news as far as OLLI goes, and I want to thank again Nicole for providing this. Since the onset of COVID, we've had 132 variety of meetings, celebrations, lectures, exercise, writing discussions, films, bingo, docent training, all conducted through Zoom. And I got to say, I'm not as technologically savvy as many of you are, and I really applaud all of those of you that have, engaged in the online learning environment and through Zoom. So thank you. As many of you know, I've participated in many of them. It's unfortunate. We always had some great food, but the Juneteenth celebration that we normally have in our auditorium was in a virtual mode. The good news there, 103 Zoom attendees and 92 participating on Facebook Live. Again, remarkable. Something we're very proud of, and Nicole and I talked offline, and others on main campus were aware of this. We had Ambassador Andrew Young participate. That was phenomenal. He was originally only going to participate 10-15 minutes, and he ended up staying for more than an hour. He was so engaged with all of you, and that was awesome that we had that. We had 180 registered Zoom attendees for that meeting, so that was awesome. And then it says, by all counts, including folks that went back and looked at the taped version, we had 620 viewers of Andrew Young's presentation. The Laughing in Lockdown, we had 68 attendees and 253 Facebook viewers. And then in April and May, Connection Crew members call, we had 593 members to check in and make sure that our members were okay and knew about Zoom, so that was great. And again, the good news goes on, and I want to thank all of you for your resilience. It's one of the things I'm proud of being the dean of this college. We're the incubators, we're the entrepreneurs of campus, we're the test kitchen of the university. And I'm so proud of everyone's work to be able to pivot and meet the challenge. And I always said, a lot of you have heard me say that I've always believed in lifelong learning. OLLI is a major part of that. People come through and earn a degree, they come and earn a master's degree, they come back to Dominguez and earn a certificate, perhaps in human resource management. And then they continue on with their education on in through OLLI, and it should be a K through 100 year life cycle. One of the things I also like to say too, we all have an iPhone, and or most of us do. And one of my goals is I want to be the iPhone of higher ed, because when you think about what the iPhone does, think about all the things this phone has replaced. It's replaced a calculator, a compass. You can take out ATM. You can use it as an ATM. It's a film camera. It's a video camera. It's a place to store your picture albums. It's your maps. It's a GPS. It's your computer for your email. It's a flashlight. It's a wristwatch. It's a clock. It's an alarm clock. It's a video game console. It's a portable TV to watch sports and movies. It's an answering machine. It's a calendar. It's your music repository. So how do I equate that to what we do? Well, whatever you need, primarily you've got here. Well, the same with continuing ed and the College of Extended and International Education. If a student needs to come back and earn a degree, they can come here. They need to come back and take an OLLI class, they can do that. They need a short-term certificate in project management or human resource management, they can do that. We have programs for youngsters. We have video game training sessions for that. So we are the multi-purpose tool of a university. And again, that makes me very, very proud of that. Well, again, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I did tell Nicole I wanted to bring you up to speed. The university is actually in a very good place. Again, we've pivoted very well as a campus and as a college. None of us knows what's going to happen tomorrow. I never give binary yes or no answers when people say, well, what do I think is going to happen? What we've done successfully is just taking each day at a time. Let's get through the day, let's get through a week, let's get through a month. And I think that's what's driven us. So Nicole and Gema and Anissa and Lynda, I want to thank everybody for planning this. I want to thank all of you, OLLI members, for tuning in today. I know you have a full schedule. And so with that, Nicole, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If I were there, I'd be doing that. So you know how I am. Thank you, sir. Dean, I'm going to please, I know that you have such a busy schedule. You're keeping it together. So please, thank you. I appreciate you being here. So
okay, I'm going to take off. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Please. Yes, yes. Okay, we're there. So I appreciate the Dean coming in. He's, as he said, he's running such a great team there. Many of you have worked personally with Anissa and Arvin and definitely Gema, and you definitely see how busy they are often become. So Anissa's in the background. Anissa, can you say hi, please? I'm right on schedule, so I want to spotlight you. Can we see your face?
It's good. Good afternoon, or yeah, good afternoon. I don't even know what time it is, let alone what day. Hope everybody's doing well.
Okay, Anissa, I have, can you please, this is a little bit off our schedule, but I do have the availability. Can you just tell us your role real quick and how you've helped OLLI members? Thank you.
Sure thing. So I'm Anissa Barton-Thompson. I'm the social media specialist here at California State University, Dominguez Hills. And my responsibility is trying to make sure that we have all of the right communication, working with Arvin Lambenicio, who's our multimedia specialist, to make sure that we have all of the technological resources and communication resources that you guys need to stay connected, to find out about the classes, to share the information on social media. Whatever those needs may be, we're here to make sure that you guys get connected and stay connected. So we work hand in hand with Gema and Nicole, and we're so glad that you guys made it out today. So thank you, Nicole. I'm giving it right back to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do have one more introduction, but before I do that introduction, I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening with the Institute, the Complete Institute, the Bernard Osher Foundation. So by just a show of hands, can we see the audience? By a show of hands, can you tell me, does anybody know about the Bernard Osher Foundation and maybe what they do? I can't see your hands, but I'm assuming that you're, by a show of hands. Now I can see you. Does anyone know the Bernard? Thank you, Janice. I see Janice up there. Anybody else? Well, good. Then I can tell you, right? Miss Eula, I'm surprised I didn't see your hand up there. Okay, well then I can tell you, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. It's been mentioned before, but the Bernard Osher Foundation currently, they they fund over 250 initiatives. Currently, you have, as part of that, you have the OSHA Lifelong Learning Institute. The foundation is headquarters in San Francisco. It was started in 1977. As I said, one of the programs that you have is the OSHA Lifelong Learning Institute programs. You also have the OSHA Scholars and Fellowship programs and the OSHA Integrative Medical programs and local arts and educational programs. Well, part of the OSHA Lifelong Learning Institute, as we all know, they are institutes that are founded on campuses. Right now, that's 124 campuses from Maine, Alaska, Hawaii, across the nation. And each one provides its distinct and specific program targeted to the needs of its audience. Currently, of the 124, we are on the lower end of the membership. Last year, we ended our membership at 593. We were on a very strong upward, going up that hill, up that climb. But with COVID hit, that kind of put everything at a halt. But we're really positive, even though we're only at 253 right now, we're positive that it's going to keep up and continue to grow, especially with the programming that we're all working so hard to bring you. The continuing on, the program, as you know, one things that it does share in common, all 124, is that it's for adults 50 and over. And as you said, notice before, and I'm going to keep saying this because I want us to become OLLI students, not just OLLI members, because as students, even as members, we're part of the campus and part of the university. So I want that to, I'm hoping that everyone can support that. The other thing that I wanted to mention is to tell you about a little of the support that the Bernard Osher Foundation gives. The foundation itself gives supports through its National Resource Center, which is based out of Chicago. Generally, you have a conference every year, but because of COVID, that conference was put on hold. But one of the other things that happened, they pivoted and we're now going to go online. That is going to be a 4-day conference coming up in October. Even though it is virtual, the guidelines still stay the same, where we're only 2 attendees. Zoom, even though it is virtual, it does have its limitations to the number of people. So there are 2 people, and you know, we have invited back our volunteer member who was initially invited her name was submitted, and it was decided upon by the powers that be to invite her last year. So we're excited that she is back with us. So with that, I want to introduce to you the someone very, very special to me and very, very supportive, and that's Gema. Gema is going to be speaking to you next, but before she does, I wanted to tell you, where's Gema? Can we get a look at Gema?
I'm right here.
There you are.
Hello.
Gema is in the office.
Good afternoon.
Hey, right quick, can we unmute? Because as a group, and if we were in open house, I would have shared that Gema had graduated. You know, she's been with OLLI longer than I have. So I work for Gema. Keeps me straight and keeps me in line. So can we get just if everybody, let's congratulate her because she's a student. Gema, cream out.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
Gema.
you.
Congratulations,
Very
Gema.
much. Oh, Nicole, thank you for that. Thank you.
So, you know, I really want to thank Gema to keep social distancing And she is the designated person that comes into the office. It is very strict on how you get on campus. We're very, very grateful that we have initiated policies. For example, parking is still available for you because we know that the community uses the parking lot and uses the structure to walk around. We also have individuals who are on site for other purposes, and the farm, which you'll hear a little bit about later on. But with Gema, as I said, Gema has graduated. She is now going to be extended to help us still. She's going to be here for how long, Gema? As long as we can keep her.
As long as you can keep me, and I'm happy to be here.
Gema's going to be here for as long as we can keep her. And many of you work with her. She answers her phone. She does everything. You name it, she's there, not just with the OLLI program, but she supports extended ed. And that's another thing that I like about extended ed and the university. Anissa, Gema can attest to this, is that the support that we give each other. It's just wonderful, and I'm appreciative of that. And that's what the OLLI community is about. That's what OLLI, the CSUDH community is about. Gema, I am now going to turn it over to you because we're going to be talking a little bit about our curriculum that we have coming up for you. Okay, Gema?
All right. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. So hello, everyone. My name is Gema Chaqueco. I am the OLLI assistant, and like Nicole mentioned, I am the alumni of Cal State Dominguez Hills. I graduated this past May. I earned my bachelor's degree in public administration and concentration administrative management. Like Nicole said, me and her go way back. We've taken classes together, and now we are a team along with Anissa and Arvin and Dr. Wilson. It's always my pleasure to continue with OLLI and provide my services to you, to my members and fellow community. As you can see, I am in the office today. Every day I'm here Monday through Thursday from 8:30 to 5. You may contact me at our OLLI office line or email, which I will provide in the chat. Moving forward, we're going to get started with the curriculum. So in this presentation, we will discuss the fall 2020 curriculum that starts, well, that is continuing for this month of September and December is what we have programmed already. All of our courses, including events, will be online via Zoom. Despite this health crisis that we are currently enduring, we're happy to continue our courses at the comfort of your home. So if you look at your screen now, we have a couple of exciting courses coming up. To start off, we have Let's Read a Play. If you could go to, oh, thank you, Anissa. So to start us off, we have Let's Read a Play. This is facilitated by our dedicated OLLI member, Maria Reese, who could not be here today, but she did want me to share this exciting course that has been continuing on in OLLI's before COVID-19. Let's Read a Play is an exciting course because in this course, we have members that they each suggest a play, and then we choose characters and we read it off. Think of it like acting, but you're just reading the script, but it's fun. Now, of course, this used to be in person, but because of COVID-19, we're doing it through Zoom at the comfort of your very home. So you will see the dates there. It is on Wednesdays at 1:30 to 3:30. The two plays that we have scheduled, one in October, is titled Blood Wedding by Federico Garcia Lorca. And the next one we have for November scheduled is Claiborne by Bruce Norris. You will see the meeting ID number right there. You can go ahead and write it down, and you can always join us. Now, the next course that we also have scheduled is titled Thursday Morning Book Club. That will be the next slide. Thank you very much. In Thursday Morning Book Club, we have, for this one, we do have facilitators, and those are led by the OLLI members. Whoever suggests the book, they will go ahead and kind of lead the course. We always take suggestions if you want to join this book club. We do have a schedule for September 24th in October, November, and December, and it is at 10 a.m. The book that we'll be reading for this month that is scheduled is titled The Night Fire, that you see on your right-hand side. Okay, and then for the next couple of months, we're still working on getting the books. So if you have a book that you would like to share, go ahead and shoot me an email, or you could type it in the chat as well. The next slide, please. Okay, so next we have is Ms. Dana Curtis. She also could not be here today, but she did wanted us to share about her presentation that she has scheduled on October 21st at 1 o'clock. It is titled The Accidental Mediator, Understanding Personal Qualities and Skills to Help Others Resolve Conflicts. So Ms. Dana Curtis, she's a pioneer and leader in the conflict resolution. Thank you, Nicole, for getting in contact with her and networking your way to get her over here to OLLI. She's more than happy to facilitate and present what she has scheduled on that day. You will see the meeting ID number on the presentation. Go ahead and write it down, or you can take a picture of it. Everybody is invited. This is open to the public, I believe, Nicole. It is
Yes,
open to the public.
It
It is, right? Okay, yes, it is open to the public. So if you know anyone who's interested, feel free to invite them.
I'm
yes.
also adding the quick links, the bit.ly OLLI open links in the chat.
Yes.
So any members, you can click any of those links at any time to see them in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Anissa. So yes, all of these courses and the upcoming ones that we're about to mention will be available through the in the chat, and also in the OLLI weekly newsletter. So in the OLLI weekly newsletter, you will register there online, and if you do not receive it, please let me know through the chat, and I will go ahead and update it, and so that you could receive the newsletter. Okay. So we're going to highlight some of the events and courses that we have scheduled for this fall. The following courses that we have and events, we have speakers here that will mention their presentations. To start us off, we have Godfrey Schnyder, who will discuss, kind of share his experience about the virtual social tennis classes that we that have started back in April. And we also have Justin Alloran, who will discuss the Urban Farm Docent training workshops. We also have Denise Jefferson, who would discuss about her TED Talks topics. We have Delyna Diop-Means, who will present us beginning French class using Duolingo app. We have Grace Talusan, who would discuss the writing workshops that she started off back in the summer and will continue this fall. We have Mr. Edward Allen, who will discuss the Medicare 101 sessions, informational sessions that will begin this month. We have Mr. Jim Kelly, who will discuss Alzheimer's Los Angeles workshops. Ms. Carmen Rucker, she is a representative of the LA Opera Talks. And finally, Genesis Rodriguez, Public Affairs Specialist for the Los Angeles County Sanitation District, would host public virtual tours. So, Mr. Godfrey Schnyder, if you could please introduce yourself and briefly introduce virtual social tennis for all our members and non-members today.
Thank you, Gema. My name is Godfrey Schnyder. I've been part of social tennis. We call it social tennis during the regular time for at least 10 years now, I think. And it's probably my most enjoyable class. This is how I got it really initiated with OLLI. Me and my wife were walking around the campus, and we saw these older folks playing tennis. And said, oh, that looks good, just like us, we would want to do. So we talked to Diop-Means, who was the instructor and our coach. And then we learned all about OLLI, and we joined OLLI, and from then on, we've enjoyed the social tennis class, along with a lot of other classes. Social tennis is really enlarged. We're more than just a tennis class. We're a group of people that's almost like a family now. Like every family, we have different members that are different, but we all get along. We all love each other. We've gone on to trips outside of just Cal State Dominguez. We've gone on to Indian Wells to see the tournament there. We've gone to France to see the French Open. We've gone to New York to see the U.S. Open. So, and then some members have gone to Australia and China and some other places to see, just to see their tennis things there. But not only that, we also as a group, we do things together, and it's a lot of fun. We get to know each other. We're a group of a lot of different people, come from a lot of different jobs, backgrounds, and we all enjoy a little bit of activity. And it's not a stressful thing. We have people in our tennis class who are in very different levels. So Don takes the time to try to bring everybody up. And in the meantime, we also, before each class, we do exercises. He has a number of exercises that helps us so we won't danger ourselves while we're playing tennis. Some of these exercises have been carried on to our virtual class. So right now we have our virtual class that comes every Tuesday, and within that virtual class, everybody's kind of talked about what they're doing now at home and what they're doing as far as keeping in shape and whatnot. And then part of that class, we also do our exercises together. So we keep that up. And we also have different tips, tennis tips, eating tips, all kind of tips that help seniors. We also have, things that's going on in the community, other things for other classes. We remind each other all about all the other classes that are going on within OLLI. So it's a pretty good group. We've been together for many years. We highlighted, because many of us highlight the events, the major events that we had each year, including the winter event. We had Juneteenth and a few other major events that we kind of took control of and helped out together. We did our last Juneteenth virtually, and it was a really big success. So I enjoyed. I wish everybody who wants to join tennis to come join tennis. You also like they told you, you can buy your parking now, and some of us use a parking permit even though the campus is not open, but we use it for exercise, and we walk around the campus to get exercise. So that's another plus. Anyway, Emma, I guess we'd return on back to you and Justin next.
Yes, thank you so much, Godfrey. Now we're going to turn it over to Justin, who will introduce the Urban Farm Docent Training Program. Justin?
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Cool. How's it going? My name is Justin Alloran. I'm currently a graduate student here at Dominguez. I'm expected to get my master's in environmental science next year, summer 2021. I am also a student intern working under the Office of Sustainability, and my primary place of work is the Urban Farm. I'm here to talk today about OLLI volunteering opportunities at the Urban Farm. OLLI has had a very long-standing relationship with the campus Urban Farm, and many of our hardest workers are volunteers and are now docents at the Urban Farm, so we're thankful for that. OLLI members are very crucial for our day-to-day maintenance around the farm, and are some of our most knowledgeable about the inner workings of the farm, because OLLI has been there practically since the conception of the farm in early 2018. Volunteer tasks around the farm, the scope of the things that you will be doing include things such as watering, weeding, planting, and just being out in nature. So yeah, if you care about the community as much as I do, I know I'm a Carson native. I graduated from Carson High in 2014. So, and now I'm here at Dominguez trying to provide for, for basic needs, just giving food to those who need food donations. Please consider volunteering today. One thing we have circulating right now in terms of online courses is a docent training program, which is basically just a farm expert. And what you can do is you can contact, I have a flyer out in circulation now, but if you guys want to contact, I can put it in the chat. It is my email that I'm running. you can contact me. I can email you the flyer, and there is a bit.ly link on the flyer which will allow you to register for the docent training programs that are currently going on, and then you can talk with me through email about further steps. And yeah, please consider joining. I'll pass it back to Emma. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Justin. And now we're going to take,
Emma, I'm sorry, may I stop for a second? Bit.ly,
Yes.
just to mention Bit.ly. Anissa, can you please explain quickly why our OLLI members might see Bit.ly link and they might be used to the difference, so that you will be seeing a link that's called Bit.ly, but don't worry, it's the same thing, but just.
Right. So it's Bit.ly is a service that we use to shorten the length of those really long Zoom links that have those long registration codes and everything built in. We're just making it a lot easier for you guys to get to those individual sessions. So if you're looking at the chat right now, you'll see that I've included quite a few of those Bit.ly links. So it'll start off with bit.ly/CSUDH OLLI dash, and then that last part actually goes to whatever that particular event or activity is. And Justin, I'll add, if you want to throw your Bit.ly link in for the Urban Farm docent training, you can also add that into the chat and everybody will be able to access it that way as well. So thanks for that.
Okay, I'll do that now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Emma, for allowing me for that interruption.
No, thank you. Yes, please go ahead and everybody look at the chat. There's a lot of useful information there that we're providing from the Urban Farm, and previously we do have emails, and my office line and email address is in the chat. So now we're gonna head over to TED Talks with Denise Jefferson. Denise?
Hi, everyone. My name is Denise, and I'm the facilitator for TED Talks. For those that do not know about TED Talks, let me give you a short definition. TED is the acronym for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. It started in 1984 as a conference in Monterey, California, organized by architect Richard Saul Warman. The inaugural conference was a flip-flop. 6 years later, Warman and his business partner tried again, and the TED conference took off. TED is a nonprofit devoted to spreading ideas. Speakers in the videos will present well-formed ideas in the most innovative and engaging ways they can, often through storytelling, usually in the form of a short, powerful talks, which is only about 18 minutes or less, covering almost all topics from science to business to global issues. OLLI members can join us on Zoom to watch short videos, and then as a group, we will share and have a fun conversation about the topic. And we have a lot of fun talking. It goes off topic sometimes, but we still have a lot of fun talking about it. TED Talk will start on Monday, September the 14th at from 12 to 1 p.m. and every other Monday after. So we're gonna do it every other week this year. Our past topics were things like how to humor your stress, from clutter to clarity, dare to say no, climate change, procrastination, and a lot of other ones that we discussed. The topics for this time will be blue zones, and that's lessons from people who live the longest. We're gonna have the 5 people who need to be happy, the 5 people you need to be happy, the skill of humor, emotional intelligence, 10 ways to have a better conversation, the power of zero tolerance, and how to gain control of your free time. So come on out and join us starting this Monday. You can start registering now. And I have one more, and it's how friendship survived our opposing politics. So if you have friends that you have opposing politics, you want to come out to that one. So that's the end of TED Talks. Hope to see you on Monday. Now I would like to introduce you to Delyna Diop-Means, who will tell you about the beginning of French class.
Bonjour, bienvenue. Je suis Delyna Diop-Means. Translation, hello, welcome, and I am Delyna Diop-Means, and I will be your instructor in French using the platform and app called Duolingo, which I'll explain later. A little bit about my background. I have a BA and MA in French from UCLA. And I had the opportunity to live in France and Senegal, West Africa, both French speaking, for a total of 6 years off and on. And I also was able to teach. Out of the 30 years of teaching, I spent 14 of those years teaching French in the public school system. So my interest began when I was in the 9th grade, but I think my interest really began way before I was born, and I'll explain why. On my maternal side, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was a Frenchman who lived in Saint-Domingue, which after the revolution of 1804 became Haiti. They moved to New Orleans, where I was born. So it's their fault that I got into French. I'm blaming them. So back to the Duolingo platform. I think it's a really great way to learn a language. I believe in it so much that I've been doing Portuguese and Italian on it. So their philosophy, which I will read to you and paraphrase, is something like this. This class is designed for students with little to no knowledge of French, but who would like to refresh and build upon skills learned way back in the day using the curriculum from the Duolingo app. They try to make it fun and they make it interactive. The catch is you have to practice consistently and repeat out loud, and even better, write down some of the expressions that you learn. French is not a phonetic language, so that's gonna cause some challenges, especially if you're not too good at spelling. But you shouldn't let that hold you back. Duolingo will allow you to, in a short time, repeat new vocabulary, read commonly used phrases, and translate French to English or English to French using verbal and written cues. And you will be able to advance to higher levels once a skill is reached. And what I like about it is they even make you go back sometimes. So they don't make you go back, but they alert you when you need to practice previously learned skills. And also what you might like about it is you're not learning through rules like they did when they forced you to learn a language in school. You learn what they call implicit learning when you were a child. And they have some explicit learning as well. They combine it when necessary. And as your instructor, I'll be there to just guide you, give you some tips, answer any questions you may have. But most of it you'll be discovering patterns on your own and just learning how to hear yourself speak a new language. So I'd like to say, I hope you join the French class, and à bientôt, before I leave, which means see you soon. But I would like to turn it over to Grace Talusan, who I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She'll be the writing workshop instructor. Merci.
Hey, yes, so I'll be teaching the writing workshop. It's something that we did over the summer, and we had a group of folks who would show up. You don't have to come every single time. You can just choose to come once, or you can come to the, all the series. But the idea is that you come with an open mind and a notebook or something to write with, and we find a way to make a piece of writing from either an exercise or a prompt. And it's a way to write a true story about yourself. And my hope is that people will feel comfortable sharing the work in some way, whether they read it out loud or they post it or publish it somewhere. But, I've thought there was like such really good writing and interesting stories that got told. So I would love it if people wanted to share and have more people read their work. But you come in, I give you an exercise, we do it in class, and then you read it in class, and you might hear some feedback about the things that work in it. And it's a really nice community of folks. So I encourage you to join us starting next week. We have our first session. And then after that, we'll meet once a month on Wednesdays. And it's a generative writing class, and you don't have to have any experience, and anybody can come and write and tell a story. So next, following me, will be Mr. Edward Allen, and he'll be speaking about Medicare 101. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I am the founder and CEO of Darlington Financial Insurance Services. And since 2005, I have worked with several individuals, Medicare eligible members, with regard to their Medicare A, B, C, and D options. On the noted dates, my partner and I, Marina, will be discussing with you what is Medicare. We'll actually break down the history of it, share with you the what we call the transfer risk. That's a financial responsibility. Then we'll go into how Medicare Parts A, B, and C, and D work in correlation with each other. A lot of people don't realize that there are some advantages and disadvantages. And then we'll show you your options. Your options include staying with original Medicare by itself, along with a standalone prescription drug plan. We'll also break down Part C and Part D and how those platforms work as well. And then we'll break down the 2021 price changes that have taken place right now with your prescription drugs. A lot of the formularies have changed. For example, you may have a generic that is now a tier 2 or tier 3. Depending on your plan, the out-of-pocket maximum amount has changed. The initial coverage amount has changed. The Part D prescription drug deductible has changed. So we'll actually break that down as well. And as you probably already know, there are several enrollment periods to the Medicare season. October 15th to December 7th is the annual enrollment period. So we'll go into that period along with some other significant enrollment periods. And then we'll go into how to break down or to avoid what we call a late enrollment period. Meaning that if you are turning 65, you have a certain amount of time to apply for your Part B. If not, you could incur a late enrollment period, which is a financial penalty that could stay with you for life. We'll also talk about the late enrollment period for Part D as well, and how to avoid those late enrollment periods. Then we'll simply just break down the advantages and disadvantages of having Medicare, original Medicare, getting involved in Part C, and also getting involved in Part D. So once again, we look forward to your attendance on these 3 dates. Please keep in mind, October 1st is a bilingual presentation, which Marina will basically take care of that as well. So we look forward to meeting with all of you on these 3 particular dates. Thank you. Now I'll go ahead and introduce you to Jim Kelly, who will speak with you about the Alzheimer's LA workshops.
Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. We appreciate the opportunity to participate in the OLLI series over the next coming weeks. My name is Jim Kelly, and I am a volunteer community educator in addition to Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Group facilitator. These Alzheimer talks are designed to educate family caregivers and create an awareness to the general public. Also, we'll introduce community resources that can be a support to the Alzheimer's family caregiver throughout their Alzheimer's caregiving journey. Alzheimer's Los Angeles is a nonprofit agency that provides free support services for community members experiencing Alzheimer's or another type of dementia and their family members. And we cover the geographical areas of Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County, and Riverside County. Alzheimer's Los Angeles also works on reducing the risk of memory loss by providing education around brain health. The number of Angelenos living with Alzheimer's disease is expected to double between 2015 and 2030. Alzheimer's is the 3rd leading cause of death and the fastest growing cause of death. And that's because as our brain cease to function, so many other body functions cease as well. And so and that's why we call it the Alzheimer's journey. It progresses until, we don't have function. While there's no cure right now, Alzheimer's LA provides many free services that help to reduce the caregiver stress and increase the well-being of the person living with the disease. And now, while we're living during the time of COVID-19, all of our services are virtually online, and those services are the training that we'll be doing over the next couple of weeks, in addition to support groups. Alzheimer's LA has a helpline that is answered by volunteers in addition to staff Monday through Friday. And any questions is welcome, big or small, or you can call if you need to talk to someone. We have expert care management through our social workers. They're also called care counselors. That's what you might see in some of our literature, care counselors, but they're actual social workers. And they're the ones that partner with the family caregiver once you become a client. Again, we use the term client, but it's actually no money transfer. And they'll work with the family on some of the navigation of identifying resources in the community and family counseling. Alzheimer's Los Angeles also coordinates many support groups at different times so they are convenient to attend. I actually facilitate 3 support groups in the community. Well, I should say virtually now. We're not geographically focused, so anyone can call. One group that is really especially designed for families who have their family member residing in an Alzheimer's care facility. And I do that support group once a week. And that's the only one where it's exclusive for one population, because it's a whole different dynamic when we're managing a relationship and a family relationship under the same roof, like a long-term care facility. We have educational talks and caregiver workshops, which we'll be doing. Alzheimer's Los Angeles offers dementia training for professionals and public policy team to work with legislation to address some of the legislation at the national level, but specifically in California. If you're interested in doing something fun, it's beneficial, it helps us generate money because we are a volunteer service and it's nonprofit. We have an Alzheimer Walk for Alls to help raise funds, and this year it'll be virtual. So it's like many of you, it's an experiment to see how that works in a virtual environment, but I know it'll be sort of independent study in the sense that you do some of your walks independent of a meeting that you would traditionally do on a community walk. To find out more about our classes or any of our services and resources, you can visit our Alzheimer's Los Angeles website at www.alzheimersla.org, and you can also see us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. So at that, I will turn this over to Genesis Rodriguez. She is a representative with Los Angeles County Sanitation District, hosts public tours. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Jim. So here, first, let me, I'm going to share my screen and then we can come back to this schedule here. So first, I'm with the Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts, and we serve 5.6 million people throughout Los Angeles County. That's a whole lot of people. If you've ever wondered, where does it go when you go? Every time you flush the toilet, what exactly happens to that water? Or when you see your property tax bill and you notice a line item that says Los Angeles County Sanitation Districts, you wonder what exactly is happening with everything I flushed down. Well, we're the answer. The other thing we do is we manage 1/4 of Los Angeles County's trash, which is also very impressive. But we also like to reach out to everyone in our communities, to our ratepayers, and to all the schools. And so we do have a nice set of public tours that we offer, and also private tours to groups or organizations of 10 or more people. So while we do have a schedule with OLLI that Gema's going to show us after, I did wanted to highlight the main things. So first is our wastewater recycling. That's the biggest thing that we do. So every time you flush your toilet, it goes down your pipe, it goes through the city's local pipe, and then it ends up at one of our trunk sewers, which goes to one of our water reclamation plants. And so with this tour, now that everything's virtual, we've transferred everything, we've gotten drone footage, and we've been able to talk about the 3 main steps in wastewater recycling, and then what is it that happens after all of that is recycled. So how is that water reused? So this is our tour for this is our date for our public tour if you can't make it to the private one that we have scheduled with OLLI. The other thing that we do that I mentioned is solid waste recycling. So what happens to all that trash in your blue bins once your trash truck picks it up? Right now, we just had our last public tour for solid waste. I believe it was like 3 weeks ago, but we do have private tours available upon request. I think Gema has one scheduled already with OLLI. I'm not exactly sure, but this is a really interesting way to see what happens to all those recyclables. What do we do with it? If you notice here in the picture, we have bale commodities down at the bottom. What's happening with the China ban? Where are we selling it and how are we reusing it? So the other thing is energy recovery, because again, Los Angeles, the sanitation districts, we're all about converting waste into resources. And so energy recovery, it's not just trash or the recyclables. A lot of it, our new latest program is food waste. And so a lot of businesses and restaurants, cities are bringing over their food waste so that we can divert, oh, I don't know what happened there. Someone marked it, so that we can divert this food waste from landfills, because all of this food waste has energy, right? Even though it's rotting, it has energy. So we're going to look into our food waste program. We also have other things which ties into our wastewater recycling, is what happens to all that solid waste, also known as what happens to all of that poop, right? That ends up getting recycled. All of that turns into energy. And so we highlight some of that on our food waste tour that's coming up in September 19. But with that, I think those are the 3 main things that we do. And I think Gema has another slideshow where she highlights all the public tours that we have with, I think it's with OLLI and our public ones as well. Yeah. So those are the ones that we have coming up. And if you notice, the ones for September 14, November 23, and September 14 and November 23, the Joint Water Pollution Control Plant, that's our wastewater recycling process. So you'll learn about that there. And then October 26 and December 7, that talks about our solid waste recycling efforts. And so in both of those tours, you'll get to learn more about our energy recovery process. So if you have any questions, or if you'd like to set another special one up for your group, you can feel free to reach out to Gema, who'll let me know, and we can get something set up for you guys. And with that,
Absolutely.
Gema.
Yeah. Thank you, Genesis. Thank you very much for that. So just to elaborate a little bit more on the Los Angeles County Sanitation District's virtual public tours, those tours that she showed earlier were for public. And for the ones that we have scheduled for OLLI, the ones that you're seeing right now on your screen, those are the private tours that is with our tour guide and OLLI. So for this one, you do not need to register in advance. You would just need the meeting ID number, and you will input that at the time of the tour, which is at 11 a.m. Our first tour will be next Monday, September 14 at 11 a.m. Okay, and if you have any questions regarding this, please go ahead and send me a message in the chat, or you can always call the OLLI office line. Now, with that being said, I would like to introduce Ms. Carmen Rucker, who is a representative from the LA Opera. Ms. Carmen. Is she Carmen Rucker?
Emma, I didn't see her come in.
I did see a Carmen
There's Carmen.
earlier.
Yes, Carmen is here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Oh, okay. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm really thinking that it's wonderful that the sanitation tours are virtual, because then you don't have to deal with any bad smells. So that seems like a good thing. I am with Los Angeles Opera, and I've been with them for many years. Our program that we use for our outreach program is something that we've had going for a long time, to send volunteer speakers out to talk about opera. Now, you may all realize that as a large-scale entertainment venue, our company's been hit very hard by coronavirus. There's just nothing happening on the stage, which means that thousands of people have been laid off, furloughed, and there's just a huge painful energy that is going on in many of the entertainment and performing arts institutions. But our volunteers, who are crazy people, just passionate about opera, are not put down lightly. So they love to speak about this art form, and they create talks on various subjects. Sometimes it's specific to what we have on the stage, or in this case, on topics that are of interest to them that are a little more generic, since we don't have anything on the stage. So it could be something like religion in opera, or sedition in opera, or drinking in opera, or whatever seems to excite their interest. They put these talks together and then go out as a free service to the community and speak at libraries, at senior centers, and usually in schools, but obviously since schools aren't meeting live in person these days, they're not going there. But they come to leisure learning institutions, which they adore, because these are people that are actively engaged in lifelong learning. And so this is a great match for our volunteers' interests and your constituents. So I believe that these talks take place on Mondays for about 90 minutes, from 10 to 11:30 or so. They range all over in terms of what the topics are, because they're very specific to the speaker. And each volunteer comes up with their own talk. They speak, or well, they research for, oh, God knows, 50 hours, 80 hours. I mean, they're passionate, they get into it. So they are delighted to have somebody to talk to and tell and show their favorite clips and highlight some of the best arias that they adore and all of that. So they have taken to this virtual sharing like a duck on a bug. They are really eager to participate with you and share this passion of theirs with you. So if you have interest in opera or just a little curious, I would encourage you to take some time and check in with these different speakers and see if there isn't something that piques your interest. And hopefully sometime later, we're hoping in January, but maybe it will be, later in the spring, that our season is back on stage, and our talks will then, the talks that you have at your meetings will reflect what's going on the stage, and encourage you to come and see the live performance. If there's any questions, we are easy to reach at laopera.org, and we are delighted to have this long-going relationship with Dominguez Hills.
Thank you, Carmen.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Carmen. And like Carmen mentioned, we are having a series for the fall. As you can see on your screen, we have the LA Opera Fall Series following up from the summer that we had on schedule. But for this fall, we have a total of 5 talks. Each has his own speaker and a different topic. The first talk that we have is scheduled for September 21st at 10 a.m. titled, "If It Weren't for Opera, I Would Not Know About
Akhenaten.
Akhenaten." Thank you,
Akhenaten,
Carmen.
there you go. Yeah, I wouldn't know about it either if it weren't for opera.
Thank you, Carmen. So we do have the series, so please go ahead and write down the meeting ID number. It is right there on the screen. You could use that meeting ID number to log into the Zoom meetings. What these talks are about is that they each have their own topic, and then our speaker, they put out videos that shows the performances of the actors, and of course opera. And then after that, it is followed up by a discussion, a Q&A at the very end. So if you have any questions for me regarding the curriculum, please go ahead and send me a message in the chat. If not, this pretty much ends our curriculum for the fall 2020. Nicole, can you unmute everyone so that everyone could give our speakers a round of applause? They did an incredible job in preparing their presentations, so we want to give them a round of applause, please. They did an incredible job in presenting and for being here today. Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you, Genesis. Thank you, Delyna, Godfrey, Justin, Mr. Allen, Grace, Jim, Denise. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. And then we're going to pass it over to you, Nicole, I believe.
Yes, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. A couple of things that I want to mention about the curriculum. This is just a snippet of what we do have available. Someone asked, were we going to send out a fall catalog? We'll be sending out a catalog at what your feedback. I'm not sure. Okay, we will be sending out a catalog. It won't be, but please expect it in the mail. And it will, in addition to these courses, it will also include the other courses that we are working on that we did not have time for in this meeting. What we're going to do right now is we are going to actually have a drawing. Raffle. Can we show that? There we go. There we go. So who knows Crafting with Norma? Quick Crafts with Norma. You can show your hand, do thumbs up. Use one of your Zoom technologies to let me know that we know what we're doing. Nobody can technology can't stop us. We know what we're doing. Anybody? Thumbs up? Okay. Well, Miss Norma, she does quick crafts. She's an OLLI member. You might see her. You might see Miss Norma doing quick crafts at open house. She supports us often with our gifts, especially in the holidays when we were together. I think if everybody who attended, you bring a gift, you'll definitely receive a gift. It was a wonderful time. Juneteenth, she supplies us with prizes. And please note, a lot of these prizes, the prizes that you are often getting, come out of members' pockets. When we do receive funding, and we'll be speaking about that later, we can support things like this, and we don't have to take that out. But Miss Norma, I want you to tell us a little bit about the quilt, and this is where we're going to take a quick intermission. Well, not an intermission, we're taking a quick break in between, and we're going to talk about the raffle. Miss Norma? Where are you?
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you?
Okay, I've gone through and I've looked at the people who are visible, and I have put your names in the drawing, and I'm gonna take one more last look. If I don't see you, your name out. I'm going right now. So I had a list of well, if I don't see you, That was the rules. You're not in the drawing. That's all I can say. So that tells me you don't want to be in it. So I'm going to take. I'm going to.
Visible. Is that it, Miss? That's it. You must be visible for the raffle.
As I go right now, then you can go off. I'll tell you. I will tell you the people that are in. Hurley, Ed, Myra. These are the people that are in. Godfrey, Elaine. You can go off after I call your name. You don't want to be. Norma Howard, Ophelia, Anise, Sam and Esther, Donald, Delyna, Karen, Dorothy Medrano, Denise Jefferson, Edward Allen, Peggy Barton, Marianne, Eula, Robert McDonald, Paulette Bradley, Gwen Hills, Alicia Greathouse, Leslie McKinney. Is that Vive? Is that Vive? Jones? Okay, you good. Anissa. I don't know who this person is. It says Galaxy Tab.
Miss
Caroline Culpepper.
Okay, I need to put you in. I didn't have a name. Okay, I'll write you in, Caroline Culpepper. Okay.
Hey, Carol Johnson.
Hold on. I'm going through. Louis Bailey, Joan. Hey, Joan. Betty Hill, Susan Washington, Angela, book club member. Marilyn Morris. I need to put that name in, Marilyn Morris. Okay, Olivia, Marie Bryant, Susan W., Lynda Lewis, Bonnie Hall, Frida, Dorothy Manning, Deborah Adams, Shirley Malone, Glenn Smith, Elsa, Princella, Sati, Tanya Mitchell, Carol Johnson. Let me go to the next page. Susan W., Lynda Lewis, Bonnie Hall, Frida, Dorothy Manning. I said the Deborah Adams, Shirley Malone, Glenn Smith. They keep changing on me. Sati, Tanya, Carol, Carla Jones, Vicky Bradley. It says Carla Jones. I see a man with a beard.
Carla and Larry.
Okay, okay.
What about Marina? What about Marina?
Hold on. Vicky Bradley, Gwen Johnson. I don't see you're not in. Okay. These
It's
are the
showing
people
that Susan Washington. I'm showing that Susan Washington.
Pardon me?
I'm showing as Susan Washington, but I'm Marina Amesqua.
We're going to change your name, Miss Marina. Spell that.
Okay. I see you, Gwen, now. Now you can go off. I got you, Gwen. Okay. These are the people not in.
What did you say?
Deborah Miller, you're in. Jeffrey, I see you pop with a family. I'm not sure if I want to take that, but I know. Okay.
Norma, Renee Dennis? Because you didn't call my name.
Renee Dennis.
Renee Dennis, I don't see you.
I'm right next to you. She's on the side. She's in.
I see her.
Okay. Okay, I got Carol Johnson. Okay, but okay.
See me, my hands waving.
What's her name?
Renee Dennis. Renee.
I think I already have her in there. Okay, so the rest of the people are not in because I don't see.
You have me, Norma?
Who?
Nicole, grab it.
Yeah, Nicole, I got you. But you know, Nicole, it's a quilt.
No, I know.
All right, we're gonna start.
Okay, let me go. Okay, get ready to let me check these. Okay, let's go over. Let me share my screen. Give me the capability to share my screen.
You're good to go. Go ahead.
Okay.
So we're going for the quilt. Miss Norma, we're going to do the quilt in a moment. We're not doing it yet.
Okay, I need to get share my screen capability here.
I know, but Miss Norma, we're not ready to do the drawing just yet.
I know, I have to finish typing the names.
Okay, so we're not sharing yet. We're going to go ahead on and keep going. And then we'll come back to you. All right. Next, we're going to be moving on. Thank you, Miss Norma. So you all have been entered into the drawing. We're going to see who wins after we have a couple of more presentations. We'll be moving quickly along. We want to be cognizant of your time. So right now, we're going to be going to the recruiting of volunteers, Marianne, the committees. I'm handing it over to Marianne. And let me introduce Marianne. Can you introduce yourself for me, please? I don't see you. I want to introduce
Hey,
Marianne.
I joined you.
Last name. So
Hi,
Marianne
everyone.
has become a mentor to me. She is our consultant. As you all know, we did receive a sustainability grant. We're in the second portion of our grant. We use that in part for our fundraising, and Marianne is was recommended through the foundation and development. We've been working with her. She has been instrumental in keeping our active volunteers together, moving things along. So I'm not going to continue on. Marianne, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to see so many faces. I've seen so many names on different lists, but it's really fun to see and put your face to your name. So I'm really here today to just talk to you a little bit about OLLI's committees and how we need you to help us make these committees successful. As you know, OLLI is a very volunteer-driven organization, and we have very limited staff. Nicole and Gema are both part-time, and so in order for OLLI to really grow and to blossom and continue to be able to offer such a great and active curriculum and to really be active in the community, we really need the help of OLLI members. So we're here today to give you an overview of the committees, and we have some of the committee chairs here with us today to share some specific information. One of our most active and our largest committees is our Membership and Marketing Committee. And we have Saute Baraka here today, and Saute, along with Denise Jefferson Roberts, co-chairs that committee, which also has some subcommittees that Saute will share with you. So I'm going to turn it over to Saute. Nicole, are we?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So.
Okay. Hi,
Okay.
everybody. Good afternoon. It's really good to be here. As she said, I am the co-chair along with Denise, and the Marketing and Membership Committee is really important. As volunteers, we work really closely with the OLLI Program Director and the leadership team at Cal State University Dominguez Hills. Our primary goal is to engage and maintain our current membership, but also to really keep the membership growing. We want to encourage our members to be actively involved, and we want as many people as possible to know about all the wonderful programs that OLLI has. We work really hard to acquire new members. We work really hard to keep everybody up to date on the information about the programs and events that we have to offer. And when we get new members, we introduce them into the OLLI family and orientate them to how the program works. And then we go out into the community and try to tell as many people as we can about this wonderful senior program that's right in our own backyard. So that's the primary goal. We also want to get volunteers. There are lots and lots of programs. There's probably something for everybody's interest that you might enjoy volunteering on it for a special event or an ad hoc committee or a standing committee. So we make that information available to our current and new members and also provide that information to the community. OLLI's Membership and Marketing Committee is comprised of 3 components currently. The first component is the Speakers Bureau, and that subcommittee develops and manages direct outreach to Cal State University Dominguez Hills outlying communities. We try to get in touch with our seniors. We schedule community events, and we do virtual events to make sure that the people in the community know what OLLI has available to them and what they can do to be involved. Our goal at these events is to promote the benefits of OLLI, and we provide information for opportunities for volunteering and also for the instructor positions. If you're interested in being part of that subcommittee, you can be trained as a speaker. We didn't know how to get out there and plan these events all on our own. We have all the support you need to be a really, really active part of the Speakers Bureau. The second part of the membership and marketing is our member engagement. And this is really a vital portion of marketing and membership. They ensure that all of the members are engaged in a variety of activities, both virtual and live events. They assist with the open house and they assist with other events, and they're always working to create new and meaningful activities to ensure that the current membership is engaged and content, and that it will encourage new members to come and join our programs. They invite the current members and new members to be a part of many committees, and they keep the lines of communication open between the program director and the membership itself. As I said, their role is really vital in maintaining a program that meets the needs of our members and helps that program grow. The final and third component currently for marketing and membership is the marketing component. This committee works with the membership and marketing general committee, and they brainstorm. They implement strategies to acquire new members. They try to engage and retain our current members. They work with the donors program, and they encourage the overall growth of OLLI, because we want to continue to grow, and we want to continue to meet the needs of the people in our communities. For me, working on the marketing and membership and working with so many vital and dedicated women as a volunteer has really been enjoyable. And I hope that you heard something here this afternoon that would encourage you to contact me, Denise, Nicole, or Marianne, and come be a part of one of these committees or subcommittees. You can contact the OLLI office and get my email or Denise's email, and we'll be glad to strike up a conversation and tell you a little bit more about marketing and membership and invite you to come and be a part of this growing committee. I really look forward to seeing all of you at the next Zoom and virtual meetings and some of the classes. And I thank you for listening to us. And I hope I've given you some things to mull over. So I'm going to pass it back to Marianne at this time.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to take it. Thank you, Ms.
Okay.
I do appreciate it. So thank you. So that's just part of the committee. That's what we, our committees that we have up and active and running.
Nicole, go ahead and put your video back on for me real quick, please.
Say that again, Anissa, I'm sorry.
Your video was off. It's okay now.
Thank you. I'm sorry. So the curriculum committee is a committee that, while we've lost the ability to meet, we still need to ramp up that committee. We have members who are acting on the outside, but we don't have a committee right now completely developed any longer, standing in place since COVID has happened. So we are looking for members of the curriculum and planning committee. The ambassador committee, while the ambassadors are out there, you see them in meetings, they are part of our connection crew. Something that will be introduced, which we are in the process of working with the ambassadors, since we know where we're going forward. We are looking for new members with this committee also, where you'll sit into Zoom meetings and just help assist with hosting a meeting. Introducing speakers as such. This is a new opportunity for you to learn additional skills, and even if you don't want to be on, not every meeting is recorded, so if you don't want to be on site, even as an ambassador, you can mute your video or hide your video. So after that, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk to you about the piece, that everybody waits for and holds their breath for. We're going to make it quick though, but we really need you to hear this. We want to be cognizant of your time. Marianne is going to be speaking with you shortly or next about our fundraising activities. And please stay with us for this. Thank you. Marianne, unmute, please.
Sorry about that. Thanks, everyone. And this is an important little piece. I know it's, when we mention the word fundraising, it always sounds like a nasty word, but I wanted to share with you just a couple thoughts today. This is the 60th anniversary of Cal State University, and it's a special time in the history of Cal State. And OLLI is one of the very active, engaging programs that Cal State heavily supports. They provide all kinds of in-kind support, the classrooms, the overhead, the facilities, so we get tons of support. We also have a funding stream from the Osher Foundation, which is a capacity grant, which is a 3-year maximum grant. And the way that is set up, we have certain expectations and requirements that we need to meet. One of them is to ensure that we maintain our membership at 500, and the other one is to make sure that we raise funds so ultimately OLLI can become more self-sustainable, because the Osher Foundation grant will not go on forever, and it's important that we build up reserves. This year, to honor the 60th anniversary, and also because of COVID and the impact that it's had on our students, we would love to be able to offer that 50% of every gift that is given to the Enrich OLLI campaign through the rest of this year will go to help students that are really struggling financially because of COVID. Many of them have lost their part-time jobs. Many of them are struggling with tuition, with rent, with food, with the basics. So 50% of any gift received will go to help students. The other 50% will go to continue to support OLLI and to help us build a reserve so that OLLI can continue to grow and become strong. So in the next couple of weeks, you're going to receive a mailer in the mail, and it's going to ask you to consider generously supporting OLLI through a gift. We hope that OLLI presents to you many opportunities to feel productive and engaged and to meet other people and to be active in life despite COVID and, stay-at-home orders and everything else that we have experienced. So we want you to be aware that this mailer is coming, but again, we ask you to be very generous and not only support OLLI, but support our students as well. Thank you for your time and for your attention, and thank you in advance for any generosity you can provide to OLLI. Nicole, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to open it up for and address some questions. We are 7 minutes over, and we're going to just answer some of the questions in the chat. Then we'll let Ms. Norma share her video. For those who'd like to remain on, you can remain on. But just 2 questions. As Ms. Norma, are you prepared?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Are you prepared?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the list of people that are on here. If you're not here, you're not in it. That's all I can say.
Okay, so we're gonna, something else I wanted to let you know, those who are involved in French, the first meeting, that meeting will show you how to sign into Duolingo. I know that there were some issues, and thank you for those who brought it to our attention. We identified what the problem is, and in that first meeting, we'll address it. So come on that first day, you'll learn how to get into Duolingo, you'll walk through that, you'll learn some other Zoom techniques, and you'll be prepared for French. We also have other classes that will be coming up that weren't listed here, but some of the questions we had in the chat. Thank you very much, Gema. I want to say thank you for putting in the calendar in the OLLI weeklies. That is one of the ways that we're identifying so that you can identify what's going on. You have your OLLI weeklies, you have the calendar that's there, and the Google Calendar is also being updated. So you do have that. Check on our webpage. we're actively updating that. So I'm going to let Miss Norma Bates have the floor. After Miss Norma, we'll open the mic for questions, Q&A. And thank you, Miss Norma.
Okay, let me see here. You want to give me the ability to share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
You already have the ability. Go ahead.
Okay, let me get to it. Let me see how I can make it. I did it the other day. Let me say share. Okay, here we go. And let me move you guys out of the way. And I want to go full screen. Can you guys see that prize wheel?
Yes, ma'am. Let's go. Unmute everybody. Come on, make some noise.
Wait a minute. Let me move this out of my way. Over here. Everybody see the prize wheel? Your name's on it. Okay. I am going to touch it, and whoever the winner is the winner. So I'm going to touch it first. As Osher Lifelong Learning. It's going to you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Ready. Let's go.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Olivia.
Nicole.
Awesome. Olivia.
Carol. There we go.
You say the host would like you to
Denise
unmute.
Jefferson.
Denise!
Hey, Denise.
Woo, Denise!
Yes. Congratulations.
So
Thank you.
she has won.
That's good.
Right next to you, so I'm not happy.
They congratulating her.
Denise.
Congratulations, Denise. Thank you.
Call me so I can meet you to give it to you.
I will.
You got my number.
Oh, okay. Yep, I got it.
Your daughter said you were lucky.
Thank you.
Okay, and for my book club members, we will be doing the same on the 20th.
Any clips show around?
One moment. We have to
Go ahead and stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Let me see how to get out of here now. Exit, and let's see here. Stop share. Stop share. Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. If I'm not sure why I see Dorothy Alexander. So, okay, there we go. So that's it. Actually, that wraps up our official, we're 15 minutes over, close to 15 minutes over. For those of you who would like to stay on, please remain on. We will address any questions and answers that you may have. Yes, look, this is the way that you can donate. We don't want to miss that donation that Marianne was speaking about. You can definitely go directly to the website or to Enrich OLLI, go online. You can click the icon. If you donate now, just click that and you can give any amount you choose. You can pick up a check or mail a check and mail that to CSUDH PF Philanthropic Foundation. That's what that PF stands for. And you can mail it directly to the College of Extended and International Education. We'll unmute everyone at this time, stop sharing. And that is the end of our official presentation. And please, if you have any questions, I'm here to address them. Any questions? Thank you for everyone who made this possible. I appreciate our facilitators. I appreciate the deans. Thank you very much, Gema. You've done so wonderful in supporting us. Anissa, without you. Stephanie, I really appreciate you. Marketing, I appreciate all of the committees. Thank you very much. If there's any
There's a question about the jazz class in the fall.
Okay, can we stop sharing at this time?